Hey, what's up, my beautiful people? It's your boy Devo, some motivational, back with another day trading spy recap. Real quick, I want to say thank you all for all the likes, the comments, the subscribes. Thank you guys for everybody sticking with me through the journey. I love every single one of y'all. We're getting better every single day, and I hope you guys as well. Okay, again, I love every single one of y'all sticking with me through the journey, and let's get straight into it. Okay, so today we have a good one. We had two W's on the day. We wish we would have stuck with our second winner. We messed up on our take profit. We messed up, but yeah, we messed up on our second trade. Um, but it was still a winner. But we could have had bigger profits, like way bigger profits. But we're okay with it because hey, we're learning from a win, and we rather learn from a win than a loss. Okay, so I have a lot of things to show you. I'm gonna show you my trade that I had yesterday. Yesterday's live trade that I had. I'm gonna show you all the results of what happened because remember the trade took forever and I wasn't able to capture it on camera. And literally, you guys are gonna see I literally was in the trade till 2 o'clock. The market didn't stop me out to two. Not even the market didn't stop me out at all. But I literally had to close my trade because I rather have lost what I lost, which was $112. I rather have lost that than held the trade the whole time, and then my contract expired that day. So the closer I got to expiration, the more my contract was losing in value. So honestly, I wouldn't even have lost $112. I would have lost less than that. But again, I closed it at 2 o'clock, so it started to lose value. So I just closed my trade because I'll show you guys because the market literally would not move. Okay, but real quick before we go into everything, let's look at the data and let's look at some news that we have coming out today. Okay, so today's data, as you know, I told you guys yesterday. Today we didn't have no data, pretty much whatsoever. I don't know why the market started me off next Wednesday. Come on, bro. Okay, so today, June 13th, we have no data, really none. Michigan inflation expectations came out pretty good actually. Consumer expectations came out pretty good. Yeah, stuff came out pretty good. Inflation expectations came out lower than previous. Like things came out pretty good. Um, Michigan conditions, expectations, and stuff like that. All that stuff came out pretty good, which wasn't really major. What some major news we had come out after market close was this. Okay, so Israel launched a major attack on Iran, striking nuclear sites and killing top commanders. Okay, so they sent airstrikes and basically destroyed Iran's nuclear like program, like sites, their nuclear sites, because Trump was saying, and I think I went over it with you guys, but I'm not sure. Trump was saying that he was trying to strike a deal with Iran because Iran could not. They were saying Iran cannot have nuclear weapons, and that um, Iran had was making nuclear weapons. I don't know how to exit this. This stuff is just gonna stay here, okay? So Iran was working on nuclear weapons, and President Trump was trying to work out a deal with them. But we don't know what the deal was gonna be, but he was saying that they cannot have nuclear weapons, and they wouldn't make a deal. And Israel ended up sending an airstrike to Iran and destroying their nuclear sites as well as killing people. Okay, so that is not pretty. That is not good news. You know what I'm saying? Because we are allied with Israel. The reason why they didn't want Iran to have nuclear weapons is because Iran is terrorist. Um, they're known terrorists, and so Trump was saying that they can't have nuclear weapons, as well as they've attacked the U.S. before, but as well as they've attacked Israel before, and so they're known terrorists, and so we are allies with Israel, and so they can't have nuclear weapons for our safety and for our allies' safety, and so Israel ended up attacking Iran's nuclear sites. Okay, and Trump said over a brief phone call Friday morning that the United States, of course, supports Israel and called the country strikes on Iran overnight a very successful attack while warning Iran to make a nuclear deal. When asked about a statement from Secretary of State Marco Rubio on Thursday, We of course support Israel, obviously, and supported it like nobody has ever supported it. Excuse my good people. Iran should have listened to me when I said, I gave them, I don't know if you know, but I gave them a 60-day warning, and today is 61. That's what Trump said. Trump also said they should now come to the table to make a deal before it's too late. So he's still saying that they can still make a deal before it gets worse. He's saying it will be too late for them. The people I was dealing with are dead, the hardliners, the president said. He would not specify which people he was referring to. Trump is set to speak with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Friday, according to U.S. and Israeli official. The president had warned Iran earlier on Friday to agree to a nuclear deal before there is nothing left, suggesting in a social media post that subsequent Israeli attacks on the country will be even more brutal. So I mean that's not really good news. I mean it's a reason why we're doing it, right? For our safety, because Iran are terrorists, so they can't have nuclear weapons because they could obviously nuke us. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why they went ahead and bombed them because they wouldn't make a deal to stop with the nuclear weapons. They went and destroyed their nuclear sites, and so it's good news. It's for our safety, but at the same time, it could be bad news because then Iran could target Israeli back. And I don't believe I have the statement in here, but Trump said that we will be supporting Israel, and that if they attack Israel, we will get involved or something like that. And I know they sent drones over, and Israel's air defense actually stopped it. But let's just take a read at some other stuff. So I gave Iran a chance to make a deal after chance to make a deal. I told them in the strongest of words to just do it. But no matter how hard they tried, no matter how close they got, they just couldn't get it done. Trump wrote. Trump wrote that Iranian leaders didn't know what was about to happen. They are all dead now, and it will only get worse. Jesus, that sounds brutal. There has already been a great death and destruction, but there's still time to make this slaughter, with the next already planned attacks being even more brutal, come to an end. Iran must make a deal before there is nothing left, Trump said. Trump's aggressive tone. The U.S. had no involvement in the strikes. Tonight, Israel took unilateral action against Iran. We are not involved in strikes against Iran, and our top priority is protecting American forces in the region. That's what Rubio said. And Trump is hoping that there is still sixth round of nuclear deal talks with the Iranians to will take peace in Oman on Sunday as previously scheduled. So Sunday they will be having peace talks. Trump had warned earlier on Thursday a possibility that massive conflict in the Middle East could take place soon. So he warned us. So he warned it, and it ended up happening yesterday night. So that is just some news that actually gave us the tank in the market. From the market closed at 603 and it opened all the way up at 598. So a $5 drop overnight and into pre-markets, okay? So real quick, let's just get into our trade that we had yesterday. Before we get into our two winners today, let's go into our loser. So yesterday, as we know, we swept these lows. We ran all the way up, and then we had a break of structure and then a change of character. We got our pullback into this gap, right? This 5-minute gap. Because we had this change of character. We got our pullback into this 5-minute gap, as well as we had this range right here. Broke up, sweeping this high. And then we had this range, so we have a lot of relative equal lows down here, right? And we pulled back into this 5-minute gap. We got our pullback, and then our 1 minute, we came up. Oh, man. A whole lot of stuff. Okay, in our 1 minute, we had this little gap. We pulled back. We got into it on one contract, and then we pulled up. Got sold back down, and we added another contract up around here. So we had two contracts in for an average cost of $224, and we played down. We dropped down. We were up some money down here, about $180. I mean, not $180, about $80 down here, right? So we were up fairly good. You know what I'm saying? We were up fairly good. We were up fairly good because that is about what 603 down to almost 601 something. So we were up about $80 down here, but we got bought all the way back up. And as I was telling you guys, we were having these massive wicks, If we go to the 5 minute, they're massive wicks. On the 1 minute, you see the wick down, wick up, wick down. You know what I'm saying? So they was playing around a lot, and then we played around with the stop loss, right? Because remember let's pull up our short position. Our stop loss was on this high. Our entry was right around here, this gap, and then we wanted our take profit to actually be all the way down here because we knew them lows were going to get swept out. And sure enough, what happened overnight because of that attack, they actually did sweep out them lows. But honestly, we already knew the lows were eventually going to get swept, and we swept out all those equal lows. But after all this play around, we actually moved our take profit up to just the bottom of this range. It was still 2 to 1, 2.6 to 1. Excuse me, my good people. Played around a lot. We were literally holding into work. We were still in the trade, and we're still holding because it never stopped us out. We got closed, but it never stopped us out. Still holding. Later on in the day, around 1, I thought we were going to get the fall, and oh my God, we just keep getting bought up. And then right around 2 o'clock, I called the trade because, I didn't want it to keep depreciating in value because my contracts did start depreciating. I noticed that because I was down more than what I should have been when I was like down here. I was like, I'm still down about $100. It's because my contract started depreciating in value. So I ended up calling my trade, closing it out. It was 2 o'clock, and I took $112 loss, right? That was a little frustrating. Why? Because the market would not move. We were literally just ranging the whole time. Literally the whole time. Didn't stop me out. Didn't go to take profits. No, nothing. So that was annoying, okay? And then today we had a banger of 2 trades. Okay, so let's look at what we had in the 5 minutes. So in the 5 minute, what did we start today? So we swept out these lows, right? We swept out these lows because we started all the way down here, right? We have this resistance right here. What did we do? We got bought all the way up. It got sold all the way down, right? And I was like, okay. So we kind of used this as resistance again. We got sold all the way down. In my 5 minute, we had our change of character. Our 5 minute, we had our change of character. We had a change of character in our 5 minute, right? We got our pullback, but what I was seeing was like we have no supply areas. We have no inefficiencies, no fair value gaps in our 5 minute, no inefficiencies whatsoever. So I wasn't able to get an entry right here, okay? In my 1 minute, if we look to see what happened, there's still no inefficiencies as we see, okay? It broke down again, pulled back, but I was like, okay, in my 1 minute, we have this gap right here. But in my 5 minute, we still don't have any inefficiencies. We don't have any whatsoever. So we broke down. So that's why I wasn't able to get like a big move. I wasn't able to get a big move whatsoever. I should delete that. I wasn't able to get a big move whatsoever. And so that was a little frustrating. Because I wasn't able to get in anywhere near here. Okay, and we dropped down again. And what did I see? So whenever we use that as resistance, I seen, okay, well, we have these lows we can want to take out, right? So I seen that we had those lows wanting to take out. But there was no inefficiencies. I was looking at everything. I looked on my daily, and what did I see? I was like, okay, well, we have these lows we can take out on my daily, as well as we can give a pullback into around this 594 area. Why? Because that is the area of, if we go to my 15 real quick, just to show you guys, my 594, that is the bottom of this gap right here. So I was like, okay, we can come fill this gap, as well as this is like an area of support, right? Because this is like the bottom of this gap. On my daily, we can kind of fill this candle, right? Kind of give like a pullback to this 594. That would be filling that candle. On my weekly, what would that be? On my weekly, it would be a pullback and filling this candle, right? So that was lining up to get that 594 retracement. So that's what I was looking at as well. But again, I was not seeing no entry points, right? So we dropped all the way down again. We created another equal low right around here, right? So we created another equal low, but again, no entry in my 5 minute. no entry in my 5 minute because we created another equal low, got bought up, no entry in my 5 minute. I was like, you know what? I know price is gonna take out those equal lows. I'm not getting an entry in my 5 minute. Let me see what the 1 minute is looking like. Okay. Oh my god. So I was like, okay, let me see what my 1 minute is looking like. So on my 1 minute, we dropped down again, came up, gave another pullback right here, right? We gave another pullback, and I got in, I believe, in the middle, not I believe, I know I got in at the middle of this red candle right here. So this is where we got in. At the middle of this red candle, I had my stop loss up here, so it was not a very big, I mean, very good risk to reward. And my stop loss actually right here. So 0.8, not a big risk to reward, but I felt like we were definitely going to take out them lows because we created another equal low, broke down. I mean, we were trending down. We created another equal low. There was no entry in my 5 minute. So like, you know, we created this equal low. I know we're gonna break this equal low. I'm not gonna miss this entry. So what did I do? I got in at the middle of this red candle after this pullback again to basically this order block. This is basically an order block in the 1 minute, right? Because this is a break of structure. We broke structure, pulled back, broke structure again, and we have an order block right here. We basically pulled back into that 1 minute order block, and I got in at the middle of this red candle for 3 contracts, and boom, 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 boom. And actually, what did I want? I wanted us to break down further. If we would have broke down further, I would have had a better risk to reward. But I was already like, okay, we're gonna break those lows. When we break those lows, I'm gonna see how price reacts. If it wants to keep falling, you know, I'm gonna let my winner run. But we'll see what it wants to do. Okay, so that's what I actually had it original at. But at the same time, I was looking at this 594 area as being like possible fall towards, right? Potentially falling towards that level. So we fell, swept out that low, which we knew we were gonna do, and we are trying to hold it. We are trying to hold it to see if it wanted to keep on falling. It started playing around, coming up, wicking, and we caught our trade up $108. So we were feeling good about that. That was a good banger of a win. Easy liquidity. As we said yesterday, we knew, again, right? We knew on that run up yesterday that was gonna happen because we were right here, right around here. We knew we were gonna take out all this, and then potentially this, right? We knew we were gonna take this out, but we didn't take the trade, right? And what did it do? It took it all out. So I was like, you know what? Today I'm not missing that move. I know we're gonna take out this easy liquidity right here. I was like, I'm not gonna miss the move. So I bought 3 contracts in right here, and boom, wrote it down for $105. I mean $108. Okay, so that was a winner. That was our first winner of the day. We're feeling good. What did we do? So we came up. I was like, okay, so now we could potentially, we swept that low. We could be getting like some kind of play around, a pullback, and then come down further. Or we swept that low. Now we can be trending upwards and trying to fill this gap. That's what I was looking at, okay? So what did I see? So when we came upwards, sorry, my beautiful people, what was my confirmation for uptrend? My confirmation for uptrend is a change of character. So we have a high, a low, a lower high, a lower low, and then what did we create? An equal lower high. So, and then when we pulled back, we created a higher low. What did I do? So I seen, because we got bought up fast right here, right? We got bought up fast. We created an equal high. You know I love the equal highs now. You know I love the equal highs. Oh, right here. We created an equal high right here. I was like, okay, give me my pullback down, my 5 minute, right here. I was like, okay, give me a pullback. In my 1 minute, I have an fair value gap. In my 5 minute, it's more of a candle. Well, we had this little gap right here. We pulled back. We filled more than that gap. And I was like, okay, so basically what is that? That's basically a mitigation because we had a lower low, and then we had a equal lower high, and then we had a higher low. Now we have a higher low, basically creating a mitigation area down here in the 5 minute. This is kind of like a mitigation block, or actually this would be like the mitigation block if we came down, fill this, which we didn't. But so it was a sign of reversal. Why? Because we created equal high, as well as making a higher low, as well as sweeping out these lows down here, as well as having this gap up here that I know we want to fill, as well as we had these equal highs that we created just now because we ran up and created this equal high. Boom. Easy equal highs is easy liquidity to get taken, and that is easy money to make. Okay, so that's what I was looking at. What did we do? I was looking at this gap right here to fill. I was looking at this gap to fill right here, and we got a good reaction. At first, we got wick down, and we started to get bought down, right? And I was like, okay, maybe it'll fail, and maybe we'll keep breaking down. What did we do? We started to get bought up pretty fast. I got in right here for 2 contracts, and my take profits were right here. Let me show you. My stop loss was down here because I was like, okay, well, we do have this little gap, maybe, but I didn't really see us pulling back there, but I was like, maybe. My entry was right around here. My take profits was on top of this equal high, and then this high right here we knew we were going to take. So my take profit was right here. That is a 1 to 3 to 1. Okay, so what did we do? We started to get bought up. Boom, 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 broke through. And then right here, we got sold back down, and I freaking called my winner. I called it. I closed it out. That is where I messed up on my second winner. So on that winner, I made 92 bucks off of 2 contracts. So that's 200 bucks on the day, right? I mean, you could be happy about that, but I know I could have made more, right? Because I messed up on this again, which I'm going to learn from and get better at, but this is what I messed up on previously. So what did I do? When we got sold back down with this wick, what did we do? We just created another equal high. So that is bound to get taken, right? We got sold back down and we created another equal high. So that is bound to get taken. So we played around a little bit, then boom, 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 got bought up, and that's where I could have took profits at. Because that is easy. When I see us hit another high and get sold down a little bit, not like we got a heavy sell-off, right? Not like we got a heavy sell-off. We just got sold down a little bit, right? Because it gave a little bit of a resistance. And that's where I need to be patient. Like, okay, we just created another equal high. I know we're going to take out these equal highs. And I should have been more patient and let that ride upwards. But I called my trade too early, and I could have made upwards of 200 bucks. Instead, I made $92 on those 2 contracts, right? And so that is pretty much it. I hope y'all got that. Hope I explained that good. I mean, banger of 2 trades today. We're very confident in them. We took them with conviction, with authority, and it paid off. 3 contracts on one, another 2 contracts on another, and that is 200 bucks on the day. I don't know what this is. And that is 200 bucks on the day. And that was easy and that was quick. Literally, I got into this trade at, what does it say? 950. Boom, 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 boom. 955. In that trade for 4 minutes. Right here, got in this trade right here for at 924. Boom, 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 boom. 930. So 6 minutes. And that was about a dollar drop on that one. And this one was about not even a dollar move up. So 200 bucks on the day, won 105 bucks with 3 contracts. Remember, 3 contracts on only a dollar drop, right? So that is not a lot. Only a dollar drop is not a lot, as we know. Only a dollar drop, 100 bucks. But as we know, when the market wants to move $3, $4, $5, $6, and we're in those trades, that's when we can make a killing. That's when we can have home runs. You see what I'm saying? Because if I made $100 with 3 contracts off of a $1 drop, $2 drop, $3 drop, and it's not just as simple as, okay, $1 drop, $100. Just add that $100 for 2. If it would have dropped $2, it's $200. No, the contract starts appreciating more as you get more into the money, and as the market keeps going up, the contracts start increasing more and more in value. So it could have been a big payday if you get a bigger drop than that. You see what I'm saying? Or if I had a bigger run up than this, that could have been a bigger payday. Because 92 cents off of probably $92 off of probably 75 cents is pretty good. Because imagine if it would have ran up $1, $2. If I would have held it up to about here, that would have been about sorry, my good people. 597. Okay, right here I did get a dollar move. Okay, on the second trade I did have a dollar move, but if I would have held it for this $2 move, I would have had about almost $300 on that trade. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. It's all about contract size, all about the how much movement you get in the market, and so $200 on the day, not bad. We wiped out our loss from yesterday as well as made back our some money today. So yesterday we had $110 loss. We were up $95 on the week. Okay, so let's calculate our weekly win already. So we were down. I mean, we were up $95. Yesterday we lost 112. So we're down $17 on the week. Today we made 200. So now we're up 100 and what? God dang it, $183. So now this week we're up $183. So that's pretty good. That's short, really short of our $1,000 weekly goal, but that is not bad because we're finishing the weeks in green. I hope you guys are seeing that. How before I was losing off these little mistakes, and you see how I'm coming back and refining these mistakes and turning these things into winners. And now I'm finishing the days green, finishing the weeks green. This month I'm up over $400 or $400, and I hope you guys are seeing how every day we're getting better, every week we're getting better, every month we're getting better, every trade we're getting better. And now today I had a move on the downside, I had a move on the upside, and I hope you guys are seeing that. So not just to credit me, but so you guys can learn from it and get better, and it can show you guys where all you got to do is keep back testing, keep looking at what you're doing wrong, keep going over your trades, and just keep showing up day after day, and it will pay off. You see what I'm saying? So in 3 weeks, we should have made $330, but of course we did that dumb stuff, and we broke even for that week. Okay, so we messed up. That is part of the learning process, and we know that hurt, and so we know what caused us to lose that big winning week or a good winning week, and so we know what not to do, right? So we broke even 1 week, last week up $200, and this week up another $183, right? So that is good. So that we're showing up every day and we're getting better, right? So now let's see if we can go into next week and finish off with another green week, because now we're break even, winning week. So now we're turning the corner, and it's looking like we're getting some consistency, and we're starting to win these trades more than we're losing, and that is a good sign from being unprofitable to becoming a profitable trader. Okay, so we're turning the corner. It looks like we're doing good. We don't feel like we've made it. We don't feel like we know too much. We're still showing up. We're still seeing how we can get better, and we're still trying to get better every single day. Okay, so real quick, I'm gonna go over what news we have Monday, then I'll let you guys roll. So Monday, 3-month bill auction, 6-month bill auction, NOPA crush report. Don't know what that is. So Monday we don't have much news, but we could potentially over the weekend have more Iran and Israel news that could dump the market. Okay, so I wouldn't get too comfortable. I wouldn't hold positions over the night because again, Israel and Iran over the weekend, we never know what's gonna go on. Okay, so that is pretty much it for the day. That is pretty much all the news that came out. That is all the data that came out. Those were our trade from yesterday, what happened, our 2 trades from today, and our overall weekly report. All right, we're up on the week, we're up on the day, and we're feeling good. And yeah, we're just feeling good. All right, I love every single one of y'all sticking with me in the journey. Every single one of y'all mean a lot to me. I appreciate every single one of y'all sticking with me again. I hope you guys are getting better. I hope you guys are studying and getting better every single day. I love every single one of y'all sticking with me through the journey. All right. Remember, guys, stay persistent, passionate. Make sure I get paid. All right. Peace.